Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So today, what I want to talk about is maximizing your MLM success, the power of warm calls. Now, this is something that's going to be important in the business, right? Now, before we dive deep into this, we're going to be talking about making calls to your warm spirit, right? Understanding warm versus cold prospects. That's what we're going to be talking about. Now, I want you all to know I am not, please do not misunderstand what I'm saying, because sometimes we'll do a training and people are taking it and say, oh, so they're saying do this and don't do that anymore. No, I'm not saying that. We still gonna do accountability sheets. We still gonna DM and send messages to our cold sphere. We still keeping the same systems that we've been keeping. We still posting our note. We still posting our stories. We still doing the same things that we've been doing. Okay. Understand that this is just another piece that you can add to your business on top of everything that we're doing already. Please, everybody understand. And please drop in the chat, keep doing what we've been doing. Okay. I know that's a lot to write, but please, I want to make that clear. At least 2 or 3 people drop that. Keep doing what we've been doing. All right. So I want everybody to be clear on that. Okay. So let's jump into it, right? We want to maximize this. We want to understand what the cold sphere is versus the warm sphere. All right. So let's talk about some of the key differences. The definition of a warm sphere: familiar and trustworthy connections. Some of y'all know what that means. Some people don't know what it means, warm sphere, but I want to make sure it's clear. Because if you have teammates that are not clear on the differences, you could be talking in a whole nother language to them and they don't even understand it. See, the warm sphere is going to be people that know you, that like you, that trust you, right? Warm sphere. They know you, they like you, they trust you. If you was walking down the street, they might blow the horn. If you wave back, they might wave to you too. If you saw them on the other end of the supermarket and you saw them and you wave, they might wave to you. They might not come down there to come see you, but they'll wave. They know who you are. That's good enough to be warm spirit. Of course, friends, family, etc. Warm spirit. A warm spirit consists of people who you know personally, offering familiarity and trust that can enhance communication during prospecting efforts. All right. Let's talk about a cold spirit. Definition of a cold spirit is the opposite: unknown, unfamiliar contacts. Cold prospects are individuals whom you have no prior relationship, making outreach less effective due to reduced trust and familiarity. See, the warmer somebody is, meaning the closer you are with them on a relationship basis, that means the warmer they are. The less type of warm relationship that you have with this person, in connection with this person, they start getting colder and colder and colder until they're ice cold, where you just met them and they're a stranger on the street. Okay. So those are the difference between cold and warm spirit. Now, can you take somebody that's a cold spirit and start turning them into someone that's warm? Yes, over time. Remember, guys, this is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Okay, this is something we're doing over time. Okay. So who to include on your list, on your warm list? Consider reaching out to family, friends, colleagues, and acquaintances who trust and know you well. Creating your warm spirit is vital. Identify contacts who will be receptive and supportive of your business journey. Now, this is very important because it said identify. This is what I'm saying. Identify, right? Those individuals who will be what? Receptive and supportive. I did not say who will buy your product. I did not say who will use your service. I did not say who will join your team. See, a lot of stress can come in to play when you're trying to sell somebody on something, but you just want to identify the contacts who will be receptive and supportive of your what? Your business journey. I just want you to know what I'm doing. But when we start thinking, what I'm gonna say to this person and sell it, they're gonna reject me. They might say no. Well, what they gonna say no to? We didn't ask them to be a client. We didn't ask them to be a business partner. We just said, can you come see what I'm doing? If you're not thinking that way, that's when all of the negative thoughts can start coming into your mind saying, oh man, they're gonna say no, and how am I gonna feel? And you thinking about the whole scenario and you cramming up and your palms sweating and you getting stressed out, you're pulling your hair out because you imagining a situation that ain't even happened yet because you're putting too much pressure on yourself because you're trying to sell. You're looking for a sale. Don't look for a sale, y'all. Look to serve. Somebody drop serve in the chat. Look to educate. Somebody drop educate in the chat. Just look to expose so people know what you're doing. You want to start with those you have a personal relationship with. See, I'm talking about this because this is a piece of the business that we tend to shy away from. And what do? We jump straight into the what? The code sphere. Okay? All right. Now, developing your list. Begin by listing, what is that? What's underlined right there, y'all? Everyone. Begin by listing everyone you know, including family members, friends, colleagues, neighbors, your doctor, your lawyer, the person who cut your grass, the person who cut your hair, right? The person you got in a fight with when you was little and you got cut in the fight. That was old. Let that go. Y'all was little. Y'all got a story to tell. Hey man, what's up, man? You know what this is? Yeah, man. And we got that fight. Yeah. Got my hand cut in that fight. Yeah. That was a long time ago. How you been? We was young and dumb. Community members, right? Teachers, coaches, etc. See, you want to make the list. It says begin by listing everyone. It didn't say thinking about everyone. It didn't say pondering and wondering about everyone. It didn't say make a mental note. What did it say? What did it say? It say list. Begin by list. When we say follow the system and we say make a list, if you don't make the list, you're not following the system. But Aziz, what difference do it make if I make the list or not? I know the people and I got them in my phone. You can't hit a target you can't see. You cannot hit a bullseye that's not there. So you can make a list in your phone if that works. You can make a list on paper. You can make a list. I had a whiteboard and I got to get my whiteboard back. But we made this relocation, so now I got to get another whiteboard. But I had a list of names on the list, and this would be my hot list, my hit list, my warm list, whatever. And I'm just it feels so good, y'all, when you start coming back to that list and you crossing the names off. Well, they started as a client, they started as an agent, they close, working on it. Oh, cross that person out. Oh, I forgot. I come back to I forgot to cross that person out. Right? It starts feeling good because you can keep reverting back to the list. Like, okay, I need to stay on track. Let me go back to my list. List right there. Oh, okay. You know what? I need to talk to this person. I ain't talked to this person. I'm supposed to follow up with that person. That list is golden. If you're skipping the step of creating a list, you might be doing yourself a major disservice. Somebody write in the chat, write out a list. Somebody put in the chat, write out a list. Okay? We got to make sure we do that part. Okay? Let's see. I'm checking the chat. Let me check the chat real quick. Okay? Write out a list. Yeah. I see you, Charlene. Nay, Anitra. Let's go, Jennifer. Crystal. Let's go. Write out a list. Yeah. Don't skip that step, y'all. We don't want to. I remember this saying, I heard somebody say this. They said you like a piece of cheese with the corners cut off. You'll never be a whole slice, right? That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like when I'm like, if I'm not following the blueprint, right? And I got to get better at following every single step of the blueprint. I'm not doing every step of the blueprint either, but I'm trying to get 1% better, right? Transparency, right? But let's know what we got to do, know where our strengths are, know where our weaknesses is, and start trying to get better, right? Let me make this list. Let me do what I can when I can with what I have. Okay. If it's too overwhelming for me, I'm going to pull back from that. But at least I know what I should be doing. So when I want to take my business to the next level, I know how to do it. Okay. Maybe what might be lacking. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. So let's talk about phone calls versus social media DMs. All right. We send a lot of DMs. And what we going to do, y'all, we going to keep sending DMs. We not going to stop sending DMs. Somebody type don't stop in the chat. We are not going to stop sending DMs. I want to make this so clear because somebody will get off of this call and say, we ain't supposed to send DMs no more. That is not what I said. We are talking about adding on to what already doing. Okay. So engaging in direct phone conversations with warm leads creates stronger connections and significantly increases the likelihood of successful outcomes compared to cold DMs because that's cold marketing, right? Now, if you DM somebody and you got some warm connection with them, you can get better results. But, we talking about people that you really don't have a real strong connection with. And honestly, if you got people that are warm spirit, you should really go with the phone call over just the DM. You should really say, hey, do I got this person's phone number? Could I call them? If so, why do I want to send a DM? Now, if I'm uncomfortable, then send a DM. But if I want to get out of my comfort zone, I'm going to make the phone call because I want what? I want to significantly increase the likelihood of a successful outcome. Okay. All right. So let's talk about calls versus messaging. Now, these numbers could vary, but I want to put this in perspective for you. One warm phone call could be equivalent to 1,000 to 3,000 cold DMs. One warm phone call of somebody that knows, likes you, and trusts you could be equivalent to 1,000 to 3,000 cold DMs. It's going to be a range, right? So you got to think about this like, okay, do I want to send 1,000 to 3,000 cold DMs? Or do I just want to call my cousin? Do I want to send 1,000 to 3,000 cold DMs? Or do I just want to call my brother? Right? Now, that's going to depend on the person and where you at. Remember, this is a call for those that want to get out the comfort zone. Okay? This is for those that want to get out that comfort zone, that want to find a way to speed this process up. Okay? Now, calls exceed messaging effectiveness. One effective call can be as impactful as sending thousands of cold DMs. This stark contrast, this big difference, underscores or underlines the power of direct communication in building relationships, right? Destiny was talking about, hey, we got to get outside. Why? Because outside is face to face. It's more direct. A phone call is more direct. A message is more indirect or less direct. Okay. So take a screenshot of this. because this is something that I want everybody to remember and everybody to know. Whether you implement this or not, it's better when you know it. At least I know. At least I have the ability to make my own choice. Because one warm phone call, over 1,000 to 3,000 cold DMs. Why do you think we always saying max out your friends list? And then go max out, go get as many followers on this account and as many followers on that account, because we about to go through a whole bunch of people. And now what? What we doing with those cold people, y'all? You might say, well, man, if I'm messaging all these people and they code and I'm not gonna get the best results, what are we doing with all of these people then? We warming them up. That's why I say it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. We warming them up. Now, along the way, you're going to find some people that's ready to go right now. They want the service. They want the LLC. They want the credit restoration. They want to join the team, and they came from code. I'm not saying it's not going to work at all. I'm not saying that because y'all see it works. Kier was just saying, hey, it's some people that I had messaged before in the past, but now they starting to come around. What Kiera was saying, and I don't know if she really knew what she was saying, but she said it was my cold spear is starting to warm up, y'all. That's what's happening. See the posts we do, the DM, not the posts, but the notes we put up, the stories we put up, the social media posts we make is all to do what? Warm up the cold spear and keep the warm spear hot. That's what we do. Okay. So now I want to get into a personal script, a familiar and a friendly approach. Now I want to see if maybe Destiny or Bossy is available. I would like to do a little bit of a role play, and then that way we could just kind of see how simple this thing can be. Right? Destiny, you're available, or Bossy? If not, we'll see if somebody else is available and able to speak. Okay. They might be busy. All right, so let's
I'm
see if we
sorry,
got.
I'm here. I'm here, bro. I got the baby. I'm here. I'm with you though. What you need me to do, King?
We gonna run through a role play, bro. All right,
Okay.
we're
Okay.
gonna run through what? Hey, drop some fire in the chat. Thank you for your leadership, Bossy Mitchell. Always on point. You see, I got the baby, but we in the trenches together.
Let's get her.
Let's
Let's
go.
get
Let's
her.
go. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna do a script now. Bossy, I'm gonna be the affiliate. You're gonna be the
Okay.
friend. Can you see the screen?
Give me a second here. Click OK. Let me move this out the way. No, I put the bacon in the refrigerator. The other pack in the freezer. Okay. Yeah, I can see it, King.
All right. So Bossy can see the screen. I'm gonna ring the phone. I'm gonna say, "Hey, Bossy," and then you just read the friend part. I'm gonna read the affiliate part. Okay.
Okay, got you.
All right. Cool. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up, Bossy man? How you been?
Oh man, what's up with you, King? It's been a minute. How you doing?
Man, I'm good. I know, right? Look, way too long, man. But how you been, bro?
Man, I've been blessed, bro. I can't complain, man. Pretty good. Just staying busy for the most part. And you?
Man, same here. Just grinding. Life been a little crazy lately, but in a good way. In a good way, bro. Yeah.
Love it, man. So tell me, what's new? What's going on with you?
Man, hey, did you know? I just want to check with you, bro. Did you know that I'm in the financial industry?
No, I wasn't aware.
Man, yeah. Look, so I just sent you something. Check your text real quick.
Okay. I got it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as you can see, man, I've been helping a lot of people lately. Honestly, it's been really good for me, and I just want to show you what I'm doing. Would that be cool?
Hey, man, I am curious. Man. What you talking about though?
Cool. So look, I love to hop on a quick Zoom with you. It's like 90% visual, so you'll get a better idea, if I just show you. You don't have to turn your camera on or anything like that. And you definitely don't have to buy anything. It's just so you can see what I'm doing so you can tell other people about it. Cool?
Oh man, that's perfect. That's perfect, man. I'm glad that you told me I don't have to buy nothing, man. The way the economy is fluctuating, it's hard out here, but it's definitely cool with me, King.
Man, you don't have to buy anything, man. I'm just spreading the word. But I think, you really gonna like the information. But like I said, just so you can let other people know, right? So I got two times, right, that I can work right. I can, set this up. How is tomorrow at 6 or Friday at noon? Which one might be better for you?
Oh man, I don't really do too much on the weekends, man. But I definitely will tap in with you. This sound very interesting, but I won't be able to do 6 tomorrow. How's 7?
7 is good, man. Whatever works for you, it works for me. So, yeah, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you a Zoom link. We'll hop on. Like I say, you don't have to turn on your camera. You good. But it's gonna be some valuable information, man. Some people in the community that you probably know could probably use as well.
Sounds good. Sounds good, man. Definitely looking forward to it. So please send me the Zoom link over and I will be attentive.
All right, perfect, bro. Appreciate you, man. All right, man. I'm gonna let you go, man. I don't want to take up much of your time. I wanted to check in with you. So, yeah, we'll talk soon, bro. Have a blessed day.
Absolutely. Take care, man. Speak
All
soon.
right, all right, peace. All right, so that's a quick role play, y'all. Now, is it going to go exactly like that every single time? No, but this gives you a template on kind of like where to go with this thing, right? So do anybody else want to do a quick role play with me, right? And maybe you tell me if you want to be the friend or you want to be the agent, the affiliate that's calling. Anybody else want to go through a quick role play?
I do one as the friend.
Okay. Wait, who is that? Who is that?
Leslie.
Leslie. Okay, Leslie, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, she say, I'm back, baby. Non-stop. I'm not stopping. All right. So let's get it. So you're gonna be the Leslie friend. Oh, Leslie friend. You're gonna be the friend, Leslie. I'm gonna be the agent reaching out and just follow the script on the screen. If it veers away a little bit, that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
All right, ring, ring, ring.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, Leslie? How you doing? What's been going on?
I'm all right. Just chilling, doing what I do.
Yeah, yeah, hey, that's what's up. I know. Hey, look, it's been a minute. It's been a while, but I'm glad you're doing well. You know, wait, I messed up. All right, let's do it again. Let's start over. All right,
Cool.
you ready? I messed up on that one. All right, ring, ring, ring.
Hey, friend. It's been a
Hey,
minute.
it's been a minute. Yeah, hey, I'm glad to connect with you. It's been a while, but how you been?
I'm all right. Working, taking care of things. Busy, but I'm good. What's up with you?
Man, same here. I understand. Just grinding. Life been a little crazy over here lately too. But I will say, like, it's been in a good way though. Yeah,
But what's
yeah,
what's what's new? What's good? What's up?
yeah. So look, I know you're like, well, why you calling me, right? So look, hey, I just wanted to know. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. I've been kind of posting and stuff. But did you know that I was in the financial industry right now?
Yes, I seen something about that. Oh
Okay.
wait, no, I had no
No,
idea.
you can say that too if you want to. You can say that part,
Okay.
right? So
It,
because it ain't gonna always be perfect like this. But I said, okay, cool. So you saw something that I was doing. Okay, that's what's up. Look, so check your text real quick.
oh, okay. Yep, I see that. What's
Okay,
this?
that's my business card, right? So you see, I'm helping people. As you can see, we helping a lot of people. And honestly, look, it's really been good for me as well. Personal development as well, and things that I've been like helping people with, learning as well. But I wanted to
Hmm.
really show you what I'm doing. Would that be cool if I could show you what I'm doing?
Yeah, maybe,
Don't
maybe.
worry, don't worry. I hear it in your voice. Look, so what I want to do is I want to set up a quick Zoom with you because it's like 90% visual. So you get a better idea if I actually show it to you. And based off those services that you saw on my card, you don't have to turn on your camera or anything like that. I already know what you're thinking. You don't have to buy anything. Really, it's just me getting the word out about what I'm doing, how I'm serving, how I'm helping people with these services. And just see if you could tell some other people about it. Would that be cool?
I gotta get Zoom. I don't have Zoom.
Yeah, well, you can download the app. Like, we can just download the app, or you can just use your browser, and just see if it works. And if it don't work, then we'll figure out something on the phone. Or maybe like if you got an iPhone, we could do like a share screen thing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But Zoom would be
Okay, all
better.
right.
Yeah, Zoom would be better because it's just like a phone call, but with pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right, all right. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that.
All right, that's what's up. Like I said, you don't got to buy anything, nothing like that. It's just spreading information. It's financial literacy, things they don't teach us in school. So,
Yeah.
so when is a good time for you? Today at 6 or tomorrow at 5?
Mm, I could. I could. You said I could just listen, right?
Now, you ain't got to turn your camera on. You just go listen. Yeah, I just want to share my screen so you can see everything. Whether it's
All
Zoom or
right.
like share a screen on iPhone or something like that.
All right. We could do tomorrow. We could do tomorrow at 6.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. So I'm gonna send you the link, right? If you do have problems getting on the Zoom or something like that, but try to download the link. Like you probably gonna need Zoom in the future anyway. Like everything going digital, AI, and all of that stuff anyway. So you probably want to get that app anyway. But see if you can download it. If you can't get on, when we get on, you try with your browser. If that don't work, we'll figure out another way. So no big deal.
All
All right.
right. Cool. 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 Cool.
All right, cool. I think you're gonna like it though. So yeah, I'll send you the link and then we'll talk then.
All right. Later.
All right, talk to you later. Bye. Okay. All right,
Let's
so
go.
yeah, let's go. Let's go. All right,
Let's go,
so
Leslie.
that was a great call. Leslie gave me a little bit of pushback, right? Which is perfectly fine. And I want to say this part right here too, because I think I forgot to kind of mention this piece. Let me go back to it. Right here. When I say, yeah, I just text you something, check your text real quick. What am I texting that person? And just so everybody see, because I want to make sure everybody have this. Everybody should have a business card, this black business card. Right? You should have some variation of this, right? And that's what you can send individuals to say, because this card is going to do the talking for you. So you don't got to explain. You see on both of those calls, I never really explained what it is that I do, really, because I sent them the card. And the card really explained it for me. Let the card do the talking for you. Okay. So if anybody was questioning like what was he sending? I just sent you something. Check your text real quick. Send them your card. And I let the card talk for me. Anybody else want to do a role play? You can be the affiliate or you can be the oh boss, he got his hand up. I see you, boss.
Hey, I just want to ask one quick question. I don't know, like, if you have a link to this where you did it on Canva and maybe can share it to where people can maybe practice reading the slides before they start the call.
Absolutely. I got this whole presentation already ready to go. So I'm gonna be dropping it at the end of this call in the
Let's
chat and drop it.
go.
Yeah, yeah. So everybody can download it.
Yes,
Yeah, and
sir.
this is
Thank
going to
you.
be good. This is going to be good for leaders to maybe even when duplicating leadership to be able to practice this with everybody's own teams as well. So that's
So
going
can,
to be good for that. And then on another side of that, when it comes to so leaders, because look, y'all, I want to say this too. Myself, Bossy, and Destiny and some more people on this call too, right? But I know for a fact, I've heard them because I've heard them give presentations and things of that nature, right? Are closers. If you get a warm spirit on a call with myself, Destiny, Bossy, we are closers. And what do I mean by that? I didn't say convincers. We're not trying to convince nobody, but we have a way of being able to deliver the information very clearly so that a person can make a sound decision, right? We are closers. And there may be some other people that's closers, but I just haven't been on a call to hear y'all give the presentation. But if you got a closer, do you think about how you want to use that closer? Bossy is a tool. Destiny is a tool. I'm a tool. How do you want to use that tool? If I got a me, if I got a bossy, if I got a destiny that's doing a call for me, do I really want to use them for cold spear, or do I want to maximize the warm spear? Do I really want to use them for LLC setups? Like, I would be when I had the opportunity when I first came in this business to have a closer that I could get on some calls. Man, I put the highest quality lead, warmest lead that I could on with that individual, because what I started to notice is when I put very warm leads on him, he could close. But when I put cold leads on him, who I thought was Superman, a cold lead was almost they kryptonite. They could still close some of them, but not as many. So I put the warmest leads I could because I said, oh, this. I started putting it together, y'all, and that's how. Look, I didn't recruit Destiny. I recruited somebody from my warm lead who brought on somebody else who brought on Destiny. I didn't. Destiny was not a direct recruit, right? So, Bossy, I see your hand up.
One more quick question. So, this is good. When individuals are new coming into the industry, we should definitely do the list for the warm spear before we launch, correct?
So yeah, it always should be a list. Everybody should come in and be making a list, whether they're gonna send messages to those people or whether they're gonna call those people for the launch. But everybody should be making a list regardless. Every single person that comes into this business should be making a list with 30 to 50 to 100 names, whatever they can get out. And within 24 to 48 hours, that list should be made. Everybody. But then when it comes to how they approach the list, whether they call or whether they send a message, that's going to be that individual's comfort level. You're going to get some people that's like, I just need to call, I just need to send this DM. I need to send this message. You lucky you get me to do that. But then you're going to have some other people like, no, I want what's going to give me the best results. So you tell me what I got to do and I'm going to do it. And then they going to go do it. You know what I'm saying? But you, at the end of the day, we're going to give people a choice. We just give them the information so that they can be more effective. A great question, bro. Yeah. Something else that I was going back to is now when you get your upline on a call and you want them to do a presentation for you, you want to let your upline know, hey, this is how I got this person to the call. So if your upline knows, like, hey, I already let this person know they my warm spear, they don't have to buy nothing, etc. Give your upline that information, because then they know how to present it to them just on the information piece. And then on the back end, they can say, hey, we also have an opportunity to generate some income if that's something that you might want to see. And then we show that piece. So giving your upline a heads up on how you acquire or how you set this appointment is important, because then they know how to present to that person. Because there's also other scripts that I'm probably going to end up making videos on and stuff too, for people that have that are on your chicken list, the people you're really afraid to talk to because they're already very successful or appear to be very successful, right? So then you want to let your upline know, hey, this is a person that I told them I respect and I just want their opinion. This is a person that's very skeptical, so I hit them with the skeptical script, and I told them to come here so they could pick everything apart to make sure I'm making the right decision. So if you're using these different methods or systems when it comes to setting appointments, let your upline know what system, what script, what approach you took, so they'll know what approach to deliver the presentation in. I saw your hand up, Leslie.
My question is, when we offer the times, um, are we offering times that you guys are available, or because I know sometimes when I try to go, y'all busy. So should I give them future dates or like the most current date? So like today or tomorrow, or should I say Thursday, Friday? Because if they say okay tomorrow at 6 and I go and look on your schedule, you're not available, then I'm stuck.
Yeah, so when it comes to the times, right? A great question. This was an example. This was an example,
Gotcha.
y'all. This this is not everybody you talk to. You giving them the same time. Tomorrow at 6, Friday at noon. Please don't take this as this the times you're supposed to give. All right, great question. Thank you for
Okay.
asking that. Right? Yes, you want to base it off of the calendars that you have for availability. So when you're doing this, great question, because when you're doing this call, you should have your systems ready. You should have your business card flyer that you're about to send somebody. You should already have that ready. You shouldn't have to fumble around and find that, right? It should already be ready to get ready to send. And then when it comes to the times, you want to have your calendars maybe stored in your notes section, right? And then that way you can be like, okay, I can just go straight to the calendars, or maybe even prep yourself to say, okay, these are the times I already checked the calendars before I did the call. These times are available. Let me see if I can. I'll kind of have a game plan when I come to that point when it comes to the times, right? So yes, use that. And if you have to book somebody a day or 2 or 3 days out, that's fine as well. And then the other piece, y'all, and this is not just for you, Leslie. I'm talking in general. The other piece is remember the goal is at some point that you go from being dependent to independent. So what does that mean? If I need to get this presentation done and I don't have nobody to do it, then that means the presentation can't get done unless I go ahead and do it myself. Right? I had to face that reality because for one, when I came into the business, my upline was not always available. And for two, I started realizing like I don't know if I really like the way my upline do the call. And look, some of y'all might be on calls with me, or Bossy, or Destiny, or Kier, or Quan, or Johanse, or Jennifer, right? Whoever's doing President Starte. I'm just, if I miss somebody, I'm sorry. JR, whatever. But you may be like, I don't know if I like the way they do this call. They should have did it like this, and they should have did that. They should have did. And then you know what I started realizing when I started saying that? It's time for me to do the presentation. Because if I can critique it, that means I'm ready to do it myself. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I want to do it in my way, my style. So that's what I would say. And that may take a little time, may take a little practice. But if anyone on the call starts to realize, like, man, I can't get my people in when I want to because people is busy. Well, it's really not meant for your upline to do calls for you forever, right? So that's just something to start working towards. But other than that, you might have to book the calls out when there's the availability. Okay. Somebody else had their hand up. Let's see.
I did. I just wanted to touch on something real quick. Leslie, real quick, yeah, individuals are booked and busy. Um, but me per se, right? Like if I have a client or I'm doing a three-way call, I might be
Mm-hmm.
blocked off for 30 minutes, but I'm not sitting on a call with a credit repair client for 30 minutes.
Gotcha.
Makes sense. So even though it may not be available, it's always good to double check.
Got it. Okay.
Send a message, hey, to whoever, whether it's Quan, me, Aziz, whoever is in your upline that's going to be taking the calls for you. Just send a message. Hey, I see that 12:30 is blocked off. Do you think you can squeeze me in for a client? A client is always a call. An agent is a presentation. So
Okay.
you with me so far?
Yeah.
So if it's a client, one of us might be able to squeeze them in and take a quick call for you versus doing a presentation.
Okay. I thank you.
What'd you say, Leslie?
No, I was saying thank you because I get confused sometimes. Well, not confused, a little just unsure of which one I should tell the person that I'm going to be meeting with, if it's going to be a call or a presentation. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Clients
clients.
is always a call.
hmm Yeah, clients are good for a call. Potential business partners are good for a Zoom. In this situation right here, when we're talking about just connecting with the warm spirit, showing them some information, well, that's warm spirit. You should always go for a Zoom call with that, so they can actually see the information. Yeah. So that's not a client or agent, but that's warm spirit, and
Okay.
they could bring you potentially more business if they know exactly what you do. Think about it like this, y'all. If you talk to a lot of people about the high yield savings account that we offer, most of them will tell you that they've never heard of it, or they've heard of it, but they've never used it because they don't really know what it is and how it works. And so we financially educate them on how it works. And then that makes them comfortable with wanting to use it or tell other people about it. So we connect the bridge of a person having an idea versus actually knowing. We connect that bridge of understanding, right? So what we're doing is we're not selling, we're not recruiting, we're connecting the bridge of communication and knowledge so people know exactly what it is that we do so they can decide if they want to use it, and if they so they can tell other people about it. So everybody should not have pressure about sales because we're not selling. But clients, yeah, clients are phone calls. A potential business are Zoom call. Potential business partners are Zoom calls. But if you got somebody that's warm spirit, I would definitely say try to make that a Zoom call for sure. Yeah, great question. All right.
Thank you,
Anybody?
Kings. Both of y'all.
No problem. Anybody else have another question, or anyone wants to do a role play as an affiliate or the friend? Okay.
I had a question.
All right. Go ahead.
Um, my question was, can you, I had stepped away for a minute, so I don't know if you said this already, but can you, like, tell us what are the like most important things that you mention when you do these calls with the warm spirit people?
When
Because
you
when
do
I
the
find myself, I was about to say, when I find myself presenting it, sometimes I like feel like I'm rambling on and I'm telling them too much, and I feel like I need to be focusing on specific points and, parts of the because there's so much information. You don't want to overload people. So what are like the things that you always mention when you do these calls with the warm sphere people?
absolutely, absolutely, and this goes to another level of just like presenting. So you kind of ask more of a presenting question. So I'll give a brief rundown of what I do, and I do the same thing every time. And anybody that's then and a star tell you if you want to even I know you taking calls. I know you taking calls for people and things like that, but if you want to put me on a call, you can still put me on a call. Or some potential business partner, right? And you say, okay, let me see how Aziz does it real time, right? You can do that. Um, but really, what I do is I start here, Novate Accredited Money Company, been in business since two. I use the website, y'all. I just want to let y'all know I use the website. I don't use the slides. I think slides can be good for like launches, but I like doing two-on-ones with people or one-on-ones. So it's just me and that person, or me, you, and that person. That's my thing. And everybody know who put me on calls. It's like I don't really like when strangers come on the call together. I like to have an intimate conversation with that person. They more likely to turn on their camera, things like that, right? They gonna unmute, they gonna talk. right? And then we can really like have a true discussion. It feels more professional. It's like you giving the respect to this multi-million-dollar business that it deserves, right? And we treat this thing like it's a board meeting, right? So, but Nove, the credit and money company, been around since 2014. Our mission statement: we provide greater access to credit and capital, right? Made the Inc. 5,000 4 years in a row. Been featured Forbes, Yahoo Finance, Black Enterprise. Also backed by Damon John. I played a Damon John video. Uh, what do we do here to keep it simple? Number one, we help consumers individuals fix their personal credit, but we also help businesses build business credit. We help individuals get personal loans, but we also help businesses get business loans. We help individuals avoid going into bankruptcy, but we also help businesses avoid going into bankruptcy. I'm keeping this thing like so simple, right? Entrepreneurship. We help to set up LLCs and we help build business websites. We help individuals refinance cars, student loans, also get credit cards, set up bank accounts, and shop for life insurance. We're a faith-based company that moves off of faith-based principles. You can see we're all business partners here, but it's more like a family. And last but not least, I really love the fact that Nove cares. We donate a percentage of our revenue to support unserved communities across the nation, supporting education initiatives, displaced families, our elderly communities, feeding the hungry, and clothing the needy. Now, before we jump into things, I want to do a little bit of house cleaning. I always say this, y'all. I say, number one, everything that I'm going to show you is all 50 states, including Puerto Rico. Number two, you don't have to be licensed, bonded, insured. There's no state exam. There's no national exam, right? Number three, you will not be collecting anybody's personal information. You don't have to collect their driver's license, bank account, social security number, none of that. We got the professionals in place to do it. And number four, there's no documentation involved. You will not be writing up any documentation. You will not be reviewing any documentation. Simple enough. And they say, got it. Very simple. That's how I open this thing, right? This is going to be recorded, so y'all going to be able to watch the recording again. But that's how I open it. That was just a quick version of it, okay? So now they like, I got it. And I say, so at this point, I told them everything they not going to have to do. So they're probably thinking, what do y'all do? The only things that we do here is simply serve, educate, inspire, and connect. That's it. So that makes sense. And some people even say, so you're just the middleman. You got it, right? Now, in this business, I like to say we don't sell, we serve. Now, what do I mean by that, right? See, typically in the sales business, somebody has to give up some money to get a product or service in order for you to get paid, right? And they say, yeah. Well, in this business, we got products and services that the clients don't have to pay anything for, and you can still get paid. See, we also have products and services where the clients don't have to spend any money up front, and you can still get paid. Right? They starting to listen a little bit. Well, let me give you an example of what I mean. And then what do I do, y'all? First product I go to is the high yield savings account. Always. I'm always going, anybody that put me on calls, I always go here first. Then what y'all think I'm going to go to next? The free business registration, free LLC setup, right? Then what I'm going to next after the free business registration? Well, after you help them set up the LLC, you can help them get business funded. We got a real estate loan that funds up to $150 million. The max potential commission we can earn in this company is 1% on that thing. That's 1.5 million in commission that could possibly be earned. And then after that, I'm breezing through these. We help people with debt help, credit cards, personal loans, life insurance. I might stop at tax preparation. I might stop at life insurance and open those up. But I'm just going down the list. See, I'm clicking on the savings. I'm clicking on the free business registration. I'm clicking on the business funding. But I'm not clicking on the debt help, the credit cards, the personal loans. I might choose one of these to click on. I'm not really clicking on the trust and will unless they say they want to hear something about it. I'm not clicking on these. I'm just listing them. I will click on this credit repair though. And I'm going to show them the credit repair. And I'm going to show them that it can remove certain things. And I'm going to show them that the price that it costs, all of that. I'm not really clicking on the business credit. I might talk about it while I'm hovering over it. I might say something about it. 9PG loans versus PG loans, business funding, trademark services. I think you get the picture. We got a lot of services. And they say, yeah, at that point, they say, yeah, I get it. Then I'm going to jump over here to the church program. I'm going to click on the church program and talk a little bit about that. And then I'm going to go over here to the affiliate page and I'm going to say, last way we generate an income. If you want to, you can build a team here, right? And then I scroll down and I say, but let me show you what that looks like. And I say, from what we talked about, you can earn a commission when you close a deal, right? And they say, yeah. I say, well, you can also earn volume points for every deal you close as well. So, okay, cool. So if you came into this business and you decided to build a team, at the end of the month, the company is going to add up all you and your volume points, you and your team's volume points at the end of each month. And depending on where you and your team land at the end of that month, the company is going to pay you a monthly passive residual bonus. That can be anywhere from $50 a month all the way up to $110,000 per month bonus. This could be a side income. This could be a career, or this could be a lifestyle. So that's how I roll into it. And then I go into what it takes to join the business, which is very much similar to like starting your own franchise, your own McDonald's, your own Burger King, your own Chick-fil-A, your own H&R Block, your own Jackson Hewitt. And then I explain the basic first, and then I explain the pro. So that's a longer version to that answer, Astarte. But if you put me on some calls, you kind of see the flow. And who would I
Thank
love?
you.
No problem. And what type of person would I love for you to put me on the call with?
A warm market.
A warm market. Let's
The
go.
warmest sphere.
A warm sphere. Yeah, absolutely. That would be a blessing to me. Let's see. Dominic got his hand up. Let's go, Dominic.
What I wanted to say was, you can see your calendar being filled up for next week. I'm going to record the audio and study it. Then I'm gonna start doing it myself. Because I've heard it quite a few times. But everything you're saying, I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna be a copycat, and they say that's good if you're copying the right cat.
Let's go, Dominic.
Hey, Aziz.
No, that's right.
Let's go.
Thank
I
you.
was on the laptop presenting for you, WE, but I had stopped when we had gotten Nove, so I can know all the information. But it's just building the confidence. That's all.
That's all it is, building the confidence. Like Dominic said, man, hearing it over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, just so y'all know, like that's how I learned. I used to go to presentations really because I was like, I want to do more intimate calls. I already know that's going to be a higher level of conversion if I can do 2-on-1s or 1-on-1s. So I really just used to go to the presentations just to hear people give the presentation, and I would take a little bit of that person's style, a little bit of that person's style, mix it in with my own, catch little phrases that people be saying, little transitions. And I really, Dominic, like to be honest with you, bro, for like when I first came in the industry, I would go to every presentation that was happening, whether it was on our team or whether it was corporate, because I was just listening to it. I wasn't necessarily watching it. I would just be playing and doing other stuff. And then when I wasn't going to a presentation called a listen, I would do this, y'all. I would go find a video. I would go find a video of somebody presenting. And look what video we have, guys, right on your page. I want y'all to know this is your affiliate page. Become an affiliate. And look what video we have right here. Who is in this video presenting? The CEO.
Rico.
Yeah. So you think like I didn't listen to Rico, how he presented? What you say, Dominic? I'm a copycat, and I'm gonna be the best copycat there is. Look, Who was the
Yes,
first
sir.
person? Who was the first person I seen present from the website? Rico. I learned that from Rico. Rico presented like that, and I saw him do it because I had a. Most people don't know, but I had a meeting with Rico, a one-on-one meeting with Rico, and he didn't. I didn't even know that the company had slides because what he pulled up was the website, and he showed me the website. And then later, when I got in the company, I found out about the slides, and when I saw the slides, I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's duplicatable. People can use that. So, because they don't want to get stuck and it's easy to use the slides. But I said, I mean, I liked how Rico did it. So, I mean, I learned how to do it with the slides. But as soon as I got comfortable, I started doing it from the website. So that's why y'all always see me pull up the website when I talk about a presentation. I'll pull up the slides because I got comfortable with doing. See, there's a lot of ways we can do things, but we always looking for which way is the most effective. That's this whole call that I'm talking about right now. We can definitely send DMs, and what we gonna do? We gonna keep sending DMs. We gonna keep sending DMs. We gonna keep doing that, y'all. But we also want to find a more effective way that we can prospect as well. Now, just like I had to get out my comfort zone of not using the slides and working my way over to the website, well, I had to get out of my way of not just sending DMs, and I had to build up to let me make these phone calls. It's just a process. It's a growth process. That's all it is, right? But when you start, and I'm gonna tell this, like I told Destiny, and Destiny brings this up from time to time, but like I told Destiny, Destiny didn't necessarily want to do the presentation. Boy, Destiny was not trying to do the presentation when it was her first time doing the presentation. She was not trying to do it. But
She sure wasn't.
I told Destiny though, I said, look, it's not about doing the presentation. You gotta envision your life being bigger than what it is. And what I saw Destiny doing was being on stages. What I saw Destiny doing was packing out arenas. And I said, but how you gonna do that? I said, I see the vision for you, but how you gonna do that if you don't start with the presentation? See, this is gonna be bigger than just doing the presentation because you're gonna be end up speaking in front of people that ain't got nothing to do with the company that we in. You know what I'm saying? But now what happened? Destiny on stage presenting in Miami. Destiny doing Super Saturdays. I say, but you would never. I say when that time comes for you to be able to do those things, you're not gonna be able to do it if you don't start with the presentation. Everybody got to start somewhere. No matter how big your goal is, no matter how big your vision is, you still got to start at the beginning and work your way to it. Okay. I saw a couple hands up. Katrina, I see your hand up. Let's go.
I was just gonna say that for the boot camp that we're doing, we put on calendar for us to do the presentations.
Let's
So we'll be
go.
able to get some practice with that.
Let's go. Definitely. Yeah, y'all definitely want to attend. If y'all miss Katrina and Crystal's boot camp, woo, last Sunday, that thing was fire. Y'all having another one tomorrow, right?
We are not due to Father's Day, and then tomorrow is
Oh,
my
that's right.
anniversary.
That's right. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. But
Yeah,
we
I
will
forgot.
Happy
resume next
anniversary. Happy
Sunday,
Father's Day too.
and that's gonna be fire too. We're gonna be talking about some good stuff and everything. Again, and it may be sounding advanced to some, but eventually, we will always start off by saying doing the things that we continue to do, like sending the stories and the DMs, the warm sphere, and all of that type of stuff. But we're gonna be digging into some good things.
Yeah, yeah. It might be advanced. Everybody might not be ready for it, but y'all, it's good to know where your business should progress over time. Whether it's, and when I say time, it might be 1 month, it might be 3 months, it might be 1 year, it might be 3 years. Everybody moves at their own pace. But we do want people to know these other things that can enhance their businesses, because if you don't know, you would think once you getting straight A's on the accountability sheet, you've mastered it. You done. No, it's always another level to go to. right? So we don't want nobody thinking like, hey, once I've done this, once I've done my business launch, once I make posts, once I do my stories, I've done everything and I'm done. I don't got nothing else I need to do. I've mastered this business. No, it's a progression, right? So I don't want nobody to think just because they started to send the 50 messages a day, they mastered it. Okay. Let's see. We got Bossy's hand up. Let's go, Rose.
Hey man, this is good, bro. This is good, right? I just really want to give everybody a quick gem. Maybe you can implement this. If First off, I want to make sure everybody know where their presentation is at. If you notice when you go to a presentation, most presenters done it so much, it's done in less than 30 minutes. So when you get done doing your DMOs, your messages, your 3-minute blitz, your story, and things of that nature, that may be something that if you ain't got nothing else to do in your business, pull up your presentation. Do your presentation, start practicing it. I'm telling you, when you get better at presenting, your business will expand to a whole different level. And the more presentations you get, the better you only gonna get. There is no such thing as a great presenter. It was practice. Trust me.
Yeah, great point. I mean, watch the videos, like Dominic say, listen to stuff over and over again. Um, Pull up the presentation, practice it, kind of go through it, take slide by slide, just practice by yourself, right? Um, and getting good at the presentation, like Bossy was saying, it helps you when you taking on client calls as well, because now you can have an educated conversation about my Nove disputes, credit likes, LLC, trust and will, trademark services, right? So like the presentation helps you in so many ways, not just delivering the information. So that it's like it's beneficial in a lot of ways to learn the presentation and be able to articulate it so that somebody else can understand it to get the information. That's all it is. Don't try to sell nobody when you're doing a presentation.
And
Um,
something else that you was just discussing, that's correct. A
yeah,
lot of us want to be outside. If you get good at doing your presentation, when you outside having a conversation about Nove, it'd be a lot easier because
lot
you
easier.
know the information is embedded in your brain already.
Yeah. I mean, if you outside, what you gonna do? Call your upline and hey, can you do a presentation on the speakerphone? Like you ain't gonna be able to you want to be able to talk a little bit about your business to pique the interest, and then maybe you set an appointment later because it might not be the time at that point. But you just want to be able to have enough information just right there while you're in front of them to articulate it in a way that you can do what? Not give a presentation right there in front of somebody while you out at the store, but hit some key points real quick that really pique their interest, that really get the juices going, so then you can have a good chance of setting that appointment. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. So, Astarte, I see your hand up. Is that from earlier, or did you put your hand back up?
Oh, that was from earlier. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. All right. So, guys, if no more questions, I don't see any more hands up. I will say this: how do you get started? When we talk about this, let me just bring this back up. So where we started, right? We always got to remember where we started with everything, right? Hold on, somebody's off mute. Did you have a question?
No, I had a question, but I kind of already know the answer to my question. Because when I'm doing the presentation and stuff like that, well, when I'm watching you guys do the presentation, I pretty much like know everything that y'all about to say and stuff like that. And for me, it's really just about like getting started doing it, like actually doing the presentation and starting doing my own presentations and stuff like that because I done seen it so many times. I know it like the back of my head, but it's just the closing part that get me, like the last part
Okay,
that
y'all want to do a
that I
y'all
kind
want
of
me
be stuck on
you want me to run
because,
through a you want me to run through a closing?
huh?
You want me to run through a closing? How I close?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's all you gotta say. Aziz, show me how to close. That's it. Okay. So Diamond, you cool with explaining a basic and a pro? You cool with that?
Good question.
Am I cool with explaining what the basic is and what the pro is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have no issues explaining this. Take your time here, y'all. Don't rush this part. Take your
It's
time
that
right
other
here.
part. That
Huh?
other part where I'll be kind of confused on. Go back up, explaining like the this one right here.
Okay. Did you hear what I
I
said
need a little
earlier about
clarity.
this?
Yeah.
Okay, what I talked about. So this piece right here, I talked about, hey, you could build a team if you like. Now you understand when you close a transaction, you get paid a commission, right, Diamond?
Right.
Okay. But also they're gonna give you volume points as well. Now, if you build a team or an organization, at the end of every month, they're going to add up all you and your team's value. And wherever you and your team land for the end of the month, you could receive a passive residual monthly bonus, anywhere from
Okay.
$50 a month all the way up to $110,000 per month.
Okay.
Okay. There's a little saying right here that I use right here, y'all. See, I think about this in two ways. This is my perspective. Now, I earn a personal commission when I serve my clients. I earn a passive residual monthly bonus when I serve my team. See, Diamond, John brought you to this call, right? And I'm here as an example. I'm here serving John because I want John to win. But Diamond, what I'm saying to you is, if you came into this business, I want you to win too. So what does that mean? The same way that John put me on a call, introduced me, and I'm doing the talking for John, you can do the same thing. If you got a client, you got a business partner, you can put me on a call as well. You introduce me, I do the explaining, you get to listen, learn, and earn all at the same time. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Right? So, see, I want John to win, but I want you to win as well. And if I'm pouring into John and John's pouring into you and I'm pouring into you and you're winning and John's winning, if we're all winning, who's losing? Not us. Any questions on how the team building works?
Nope.
See, I know y'all like, man, Aziz, that wasn't that easy though. But when I first explained this monthly bonus, it wasn't that smooth. Now, I gave you an example of how to make it smooth, make it clear, make it plain, and you feed off of that. But at the end of the day, you do your best. It ain't got to be perfect for them to understand it. If somebody likes something, you don't got to convince them. You could be horrible at explaining this part, but they'll ask you questions until they get an understanding of it.
Okay, I got another question.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time, you get people that be like, okay, I'm interested, I like it, but I can't do it right now, or I get paid next week or something like that, right? Or something like that. So you'll be like, okay, what's the day? What's a good day that I can follow up with you? And then you choose that day and you follow up with them. So
But
during that,
that ain't what I say though.
huh?
But that ain't what I say. So I'll tell you what I say. All right. So Diamond, let's go through this, y'all. This is gonna be good. I just explained the basic to you. I just explained the pro to you, right? And something I always explain too is the team override commissions. I'll let them know they can get the monthly bonus, but they can also get the team override commissions. And then so back to what Astarte was saying. It's a lot to talk about with the pro. I'm not listing all of this stuff. I'm letting them know it's a pro. They can do direct sales and team building, right? Not just direct sales. They can do team building as well. And then I scroll down here. And I say also a pro can get the team override commission. I say, so the team override commission works like this. Let's say you put me on a call with John, and John says he's interested. He loves it, and he's coming in. I did all the talking, but John is going to come in under you, Diamond. And when John comes in, John closes a real estate deal. The company comes to you and says, Diamond, you know John you just brought in? He just closed a real estate deal. We just paid him a commission. But they're going to say, Diamond, we're going to give you this thank you bonus just because you brought John into the company. It's called a team override commission. And you know what else the company is going to say? Every single time John closes a deal, we're going to pay you this thank you bonus forever. Right? That's how I'm breaking it down to. And check this out, Don. You never took $1 from John. You got paid through Nove's compensation plan. I love this business. You can pour into people and help people, and you're not taking no money from them. Right? So I'll break that down as well. Then I'll go over here and I'll say, remember that free credit restoration that we showed you? That credit restoration software we showed you? You get that for free, included. And then I'll go into the price and all of that, 5 and free and all of that. Okay? Now, after I've shown the individual both basic and pro, this is how I close. Okay, Diamond, we at the end of this thing. That's all the information. But before we go, let me play a little game. Play a little game with me, if you will. Play a little game with me, if you will. Diamond, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, hey guys, I'm completely not interested in joining the team, but maybe I'll use that high yield savings account as a client. Or 10 being, man, I love this thing. I'm ready to go. I'm fired up. I know a few people that can use these services right now. I'm in. But you can't choose 7. Where would you be on that scale? 1 to 10. Can't choose 7.
I'm a 10. I love everything that y'all got. It's very, it's got a lot of information. It's really good. I really love it.
Okay, cool, perfect. 10, solid. Let's go. All right, so look, let me ask you another question. Are you a 10 at the basic or are you a 10 at the pro?
I'm a 10 at the pro for sure.
Okay, what intrigued you about the pro?
I really like how you guys, you have team building and you guys are motivational and everybody works as a team and work with each other. I like the culture.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right, so you a 10 at the pro, so that means you're ready to get started right now. What you want your username to be? We're about to get you started.
Well, see, the thing is, I get paid next week and I don't have the money to start right now, but I want to start next week.
Definitely. Hey, I definitely understand that, right? So look, the goal is to serve. That's our goal. Right. So I want to let you know a few things, right? So the 349 is a problem, right? You want to get started next week, right? But the 349 is a problem right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this first and foremost. Well, I want to say this first and foremost because I know you having some issues with money. I want to let you know when you come in at the 349, I'm going to get a commission, right? That's just how it works. See, but I'm in this business to serve. Diamond, I don't need to make money off of you, right? We can come in this business and make money together. So when you come in, because of where I'm at in the company, I can kick you $50 back, or I can kick you $100 back, or I can kick you $150 back because of where I'm at in the company. Don't worry, Nove's going to pay me on Thursday.
And support this on all levels of probation because everything I had did on probation when I was.
Okay. So don't worry, Nove's going to pay me back on Thursday. We call it paying it forward like the Starbucks line. So we're going to help you to get started without it being 349. Okay. See, y'all, I'm willing to give up my first 40%. I don't care about that. It's bigger than it. We get 10 ways we get paid. I ain't worried about making money off somebody when they join. Okay. I could care less about that. Okay. That's just my tactic. Y'all ain't got to use that. That's how I move. Okay. But then I say, okay, so really, if I was able to kick you $100 back, well, what is it costing me? $249 at the end of the day, but I know you still need the $349 to get started. Let me ask you another question. Have you ever heard of a company called Sizzle? Have you ever heard of a program called Sizzle?
Woo! Yeah, I have.
Okay. You said woo. Why you say woo?
Because I didn't know that we could use Sizzle.
Oh, you saying woo as Diamond, not as the
Yeah.
client. Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. All right. So yeah. So they say, yeah, well, I've heard of it, or no, I haven't heard of it. They say, no, I have. I say, you heard of it? Okay, great. You know how it works. I got people that's been getting approved for $500, $800, $1,000. And we can use that, get you set up with a virtual card, and then now you can break that down into 4 to 5 monthly payments. If they say, no, I haven't heard that, and you say, well, have you ever heard of Klarna or Affirm or Afterpay? They say, yeah, I heard of that. Okay, this is just like that, but no interest with Sizzle. Or if they say they haven't heard of those other programs, I'll say, have you ever heard, do you remember back in the day, they used to have something called layaway? And they say, I remember layaway. I ain't heard that word. I said, yeah, but this is better than layaway. So you can actually buy now and use this now and pay for it later. Remember layaway? We had to put it in layaway and we couldn't even use it till we paid it off.
That part.
Yeah.
Yep.
I said, yeah, I remember that. But no, you can actually buy it now, use it now, and pay it later. Right? So there's a way. I'm sending you a link. There's a way that you can actually get approved. Now, look, if you get approved, but you might get 800, 900, 1,000, 1,500. I'm going to need you to do this. Be responsible with this money. Use this money to start your business and make some money, but don't blow the rest of the money. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm just going to use it for what I got to use it for. Okay, look, I'm going to see this. If you get approved for this, then we can go ahead and get you started. And then don't forget, I'm going to kick you back 50. I'm going to kick you back 100. I'm going to kick you back 150. And don't forget this. When we kick you back that money, I'm going to need you to take 50 of that and open up your high yield savings account so the company can pay you 98.
Mm.
That part. So if they attend,
Oh, that was nice.
If they attend, they in.
Yep.
They really want to get started. They in. And if they attend and they don't want to move forward with Sizzle or don't get approved, at that point, then it's the follow up. You know, you're going to have to follow up with them and check in with them and things of that nature. And for those that are running the intern play, then you can run the intern play. For those that's ready for that, to understand that, we got to be careful with that play. But go ahead, Bossy.
Hey, and something else, Diamond. Because I figured you didn't know about Sezzle, so I dropped it in the chat. If you go to your comp plan for every title, you would know what you're getting paid for that business partner and the 40%. So let's just say it's somebody that want to come on as a basic for the 199. If they get approved for Sezzle, they can break that 199 down into 4 or 5 payments, which would be about $50 initial startup. They have to make that initial first payment for $50. Now, what Aziz was saying, we not trying to make money off our business partners. If you know you already gonna make a commission off the enrollment, let's say they don't have no money. Okay, well, I'm gonna give you the $50 to make that initial payment. Why? Because I know Nove is about to give me my commission back on Thursday, my $50. That's a way, technically, you can get a free basic.
Mm-hmm. Now, everybody, that's another play, right? Sending the money up front so that they can now use that money to pay the 50 to Sizzle, because Sizzle wants like a deposit, some skin in the game. But I just want to tell everybody too, you do that at your own risk. If you want to send someone some money up front, that's gonna be, because I
Yeah.
will say I've had that happen before, man. I don't
Yeah.
got ran off on the plug
Me
before.
too. Me too. I was just about to say, look, you gotta send them the money after they enroll because man, I
Good
did that when
clarity.
we was at UWE. I sent somebody the money and they ran off.
Bro,
They
that
ran
With
off.
phone cut
a
off.
disclaimer, yes, giving up front only if it's a family member or something like that. Major
Yeah.
disclaimer on the call,
Well,
okay, y'all?
when you from the trenches, you used to stuff like that.
Yeah. Now, also remember when affiliate enroll, they got it to where they can get their MP3. So make sure they get their MP3 when they enroll, and then you can kick them back to $50.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
even when they say they've gotten that MP3, pull up your back office. Make sure they got the 5 points. If they are basic, they'll be worth 45. If they are pro, they'll be worth 85. So I check because it updates quick. It's gonna update right away with that 5 points because they might be like, oh, I got it and didn't get it. Or thought they got it and didn't get it, whatever. But I ain't sending nothing until I see that extra 5 points there. That's how I know they got that MP3. Okay, so let's go back to where we started, right? Because everything that we're talking about, that we've talked about, is maximizing your MLM success, the power of warm calls, which led to, making the warm calls, setting the appointments, exposing the business. Then we went back over to some things you say when you have people, for those that's doing presentations, some things that you say when you have people on the call as well. But I want to bring this thing back home. Because I don't want to leave the call and we don't know how to get started with this. The main things, if you decide that you want to start taking steps towards getting out of your comfort zone and starting this process, even if you're going to be making one call a day or even one call a week, is better than not making any calls at all. It just takes that first call to break the ice. But how do you even get to that first call? Don't forget, start with your list. Make the list. Start there. Stare at the list on your wall for the next week or the next 30 days. At least it's going to be better than not having a list. That's the step that a lot of people skip. All right. So, with that being said, man, I hope y'all got some value out of this call today. Right. Let's keep running. Let's keep going in the right direction. Let's keep creating a new version of ourselves. Hope y'all got some value, y'all. See you at the TOP. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's
Oh,
go.
let's
Let's
go.
go.
All right.